Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Cowboy Survival. I'm Richard, and what I want to do today is talk about ways to use your financial resources very wisely to get the most bang for your buck when you go shopping for your survival supplies. Now, as we go through this video, if you like it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel below and hit that notification button, and that will then send you a message every time we issue a new video. So I've seen a lot of videos where people went to Dollar Tree or Family Dollar, one of those kind of places, and they bought things very inexpensively that you could use in your survival supplies. I don't know if you want to buy everything for your survival supply there, but they've got a lot of things at a really good price. So I decided I would go to our local Dollar Tree and see what I could find, see if I could find some cool items down there as well. So I did, and I spent about an hour and a half down there today sort of going through the store and looking at things. And I'm going to show you a lot of the items that I found for $1.25 each that would be really good items to add to your survival cache. Now, I'm not going to spend an hour and a half doing it, but I'm going to show you a lot of items. And I also bought $10 worth of items and brought them home, and we're going to take a close-up look at those. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go see what I found. So the first thing I found were these cotton rounds, pack of 80 for $1.25. These are great for making fire starters, for wiping your face, for cleaning things up, cleaning small wounds. Really nice things to have around. The next thing I went across the aisle and I went to the first aid and healthcare section. They've got lots of things. Here's some lidocaine patches. 4% lidocaine is pretty good. You've got some tape you can put on there, some Band-Aids. Here's some of that menthol ice cream you could put on to help numb things, help make yourself feel better. These are some of those bandages you can wrap around that don't require tape. Those are going to be really helpful to have on hand for people who are allergic to tape. Some of that bandage tape that you put on people will cause them to break out in welts. So this stuff, this self-adherent wrap, is going to be really, really good for you, I think. That's something you want to keep on hand. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you are really up to speed with your hygiene health, your oral hygiene. You got to keep toothbrushes and toothpaste. Remember, the mouth is the gateway to the rest of the body. You want to make sure that what goes in your mouth is not infected, that you keep your mouth healthy, you don't get teeth infections, you don't get cavities. So having lots of toothpaste for $1.25 and toothbrushes for $1.25, real inexpensive way to make sure and keep your mouth healthy. You can also get Epsom salts. You don't want to, of course, ingest these, but they're really good for things like sore feet and sore knees and your back, soaking in a bath of it. You've got some things like that alcohol down at the bottom. You can actually get that cheaper, I think, at Ollie's. Instead of $1.25 for this, you can get it for 99 cents at Ollie's. That's a pretty good deal. The Q-tips are really good. You always need a package of those for stuff when you're cleaning stuff out. This is foot powder and foot powder spray, which can be really good if you tend to have a lot of moisture in your feet. It can keep your feet from getting injuries and that kind of thing. These are really good to have on hand. Your knee supports, wrist supports, and ankle supports. If you sprain your ankle, wrist, or knee, put these on there. It can help those heal. We have gel bunion cushions. Those are going to be really, really good. Those earplugs can also be something good to get. So those are all really good things to have on hand. I turned around and saw all these razors down there. Now, razors are a great thing to have. We don't tend to think of keeping them stored, but having plenty of razors on hand to keep yourself clean shaven can be really helpful. Sometimes shaving is a great way to preserve your skin health. So some of you may need to shave. Make sure you have those. These Arm & Hammer face and body wipes are great if you can't take a shower. Then we also have things like Vaseline and petroleum jelly. You got to have plenty of that on. It's great for burns. It's great for sunburn. It's also really good to use with cotton balls or those cotton rounds to make fire starters. Don't forget your paper products, your tissues are really important. Whether you get a cold, you get sinus infection, you get hay fever, you get the flu, you're going to need some kind of tissues. I know people who go through these like crazy. You're going to need boxes and boxes and boxes of these things for when you get sick, because you just go through them one after the other. Don't neglect storing those things up. You're also going to need to get paper towels. We remember what happened during COVID and you couldn't find paper towels and suddenly you needed them because you didn't have enough in stock. There's no reason you can't keep paper towels in stock. $1.25 a roll might be a little bit high. I think you can get them cheaper sometimes when you get them on sale at places like Kroger or Walmart in big packages. But just seeing them here is a good reminder that you need to get paper towels. These candles are something that I've heard a lot about on the internet on YouTube about how long lasting they are, and you need to have a bunch of these. I got one. I'm going to get that white one down there on the second shelf. I'm going to get and take it home. And we're going to actually do a video where we see how long it takes this candle to burn out. Time-lapse video. It should be interesting to see how if it lasts as long as the YouTubers say that it does. Batteries are another thing that you need to have on hand, and we've got plenty of batteries there at the Dollar Tree. They've got, I think I've heard that they have some limited or maybe questionable voltage and lifespan on them. They don't last as long as the really expensive batteries do, but you get what you pay for with batteries. I think these are double A's. Now they also have the energizers here. They're $5 a pack though. These packs here are a whole lot cheaper than the energizers are, but the energizers might actually be better batteries. Food, I think, is really important. Canned foods are really going to be great. Canned corn, canned beans, all kinds of beans they've got canned here. These are things that have long shelf lives if you don't store them in a wet, hot place. If you store them in a cool, dry area, these things will keep for a long, long time and will be really, really good for food. And you can actually eat them right out of the can because everything in these cans is already cooked. You've also got things like the meats that come in packages, whether it's oysters here, which is kind of interesting, crab meat. They got tuna, they got salmon, lots of good protein from fish with the fish oils are going to be really good to eat. And you can eat these right out of the package. My wife eats these salmon packs just about every other day when she takes her lunch to school where she teaches. So that's really good stuff to have on hand. Sardines, that's an acquired taste. I don't eat sardines. Maybe you do, and if you do, more power to you. You can get them at Dollar Tree. Down below, you've got the SpaghettiOs and the canned spaghetti. That's really good. Kids like that kind of stuff, and they will eat it. It's got protein in it and carbs in it, so that's going to be pretty good for them. Here's actually some Swanson white chunk chicken I found. That's really cool. You can mix that with the ramen noodles we're going to see in a moment and make a really tasty little sort of meaty soup. Canned tuna is really good to have. This stuff is last a long shelf life. You can see from this can I'm showing you here, it's got an expiration date of 2028, which means it can sit on the shelf for 4 years. So you can get a bunch of this stuff stored up, rotate through it. If you're rotating it and we don't have the grid down, well, you still had plenty of tuna, and the tuna is going to stay good in those cans for till 2028. So that's pretty good. Here's the ramen noodles I was talking about. 5 packs of ramen noodles for $1.25. That's not a bad deal. That's about the same price you're going to find it at a lot of other places. But that's just a really good deal for ramen noodles. So don't be afraid to stock up on those. Those are a really quick meal with lots of calories in them. Mix it with that chicken I showed you earlier, and you get a nice little chicken soup out of it. Don't forget to get bleach. Bleach can be used for cleaning. It can also be used for sanitizing water and water containers. You want to get the regular bleach, not the scented bleach, but get the regular bleach. Remember, bleach will break down into chlorine and salt over time. So putting a teaspoon of this in a gallon of water is not going to hurt you if you let it sit, because those chemicals will break down over time. Bleach doesn't last a long, long time. It does break down pretty quickly. And again, do not get the scented bleach like we see here. Get the regular bleach like you see over in the blue containers. Finally, what we're going to have is we're going to need some matches. And they've got lots of matches at the Dollar Tree. So make sure and pick up a bunch of packs of these. Now look, if you light one candle a day, that's 365 matches a year. And one of those boxes only has 300 matches in them. You're going to need a lot of matches. I would get, have 10, 15 boxes of those matches stored up. Who knows how long grid down might last, and if you got the matches, you're going to be ready to go, I think. So don't be afraid to stock up on the matches. Okay, so we looked at the things that I saw inside Dollar Tree that I kind of liked, I thought were neat for everybody to have. But I also picked out $10 worth of things to bring home. Now, I limited myself to 8 items, which would be $10, just to see how selective I could be, see what I might find for $10 that I might want. So here's my bag from Dollar Tree, and we're going to go through all the items in the bag. I think I'll put the bag over here to the right and pull out the items one at a time. So the first thing I picked up was a box of Care Pack bandages. This comes with 25 bandages in the package. They're waterproof bandages. They're kind of nice, $1.25. I thought that'd be certainly an item that we could put in the kit in my storage area, so I'd have these items for me. The next thing I got in the same area is these hydrocolloid bandages. Now, these are really cool because these things you can put on your heels or put on your feet when you get blisters from walking. If you're going to be bugging out, if you're going to be hiking, maybe walking back home from work with your get home bag, you can always run the risk of getting blisters. And having these things in your bag to put over those blisters is going to protect them. It's going to keep them probably from bursting, and it's going to make your walk home more comfortable. So you should always have these. And for $1.25 for a pack of these, and there's 10 of them in here, that's a really good deal compared to what you get when you go to Walgreens, which is a whole lot more expensive. Next thing I found was, I remember I mentioned that I thought that dental hygiene was important, so I made sure and got me for $1.25 a tube of Crest toothpaste. This is the kind of toothpaste I like the Crest with the scope in it. That's just me. I like the minty freshness of it, but you know, you got to have plenty of this stuff around, so I picked me up an extra spare tube of toothpaste to keep stored for if and when I should ever need it. So the toothpaste was another really important item. I also picked up this. Now, this is probably a little more expensive than I normally would get. This is a package of Tylenol Extra Strength PM. It's got some stuff in it that helps you sleep and rest at night. If you're hiking, if you're camping, if you're sore, you've got aches, this is really good stuff to help you go to sleep. It not only helps reduce the pain, but it also will help you go to sleep. So I like to have some of this. It's got 2 individual packages in it. Each package has 2 pills. This is going to be a great thing. Normally I wouldn't pay this much, $1.25 for just 2 packages of a medication, but in this case I thought this would be a good thing to have on hand. This will travel with me. I'll put these in my travel bag, and I'll always have them with me. I'll probably get some more eventually to also put in my get home bag. So that's 4 items. The next item I had in here was I seem to be missing an item. Oh, there it is. The next item I also found in the health area, and that's this lidocaine patch. It's 4% lidocaine patch. You put on, like, you've got a sore shoulder, sore hip, sore back. You put this on there. The lidocaine will help to take the pain away, sort of like that icy hot stuff does. It works similar to menthol, though I think lidocaine works better and tends to last a little longer. I've got some 5% lidocaine cream that I've shown you in my trauma bag, but this is a nice lidocaine patch. It can fit real easily in my get home bag. And this is a great thing to have several of these around the house. So that's lidocaine 4% from Corelight. I thought this was a really good item to add to the kit. Then I went to remember I showed you the candle. So there's the candle that I bought. Just a plain white candle. I'm going to do another video on this candle where I actually burn it and do a time lapse and see how long this candle actually lasts. Now, why would I do that? Not because I'm testing the candle, but if I'm going to buy these at $1.25 each, and I want to find out how much they last. If this will last, let's say I'm going to burn it for 2 hours a night, and this lasts for a total of 14 hours of burning time. That means for a year, I would need 52 of these on hand. On the other hand, if I can get, 28 2-hour burning times out of this, that's 2 weeks. I don't need to buy. So I need to find out how long this candle lasts so I know how many to store up for a long period of time. Maybe I want to have 3 months worth of light because I don't know how long the light's going to be out, the electricity will be out. Or I would want to have some of these, but how many, right? So I'm going to test this one to see how long it lasts, and that will tell me how many I need to buy in order to have sufficient candles on hand for a long period of time. So that will be something else that I will add to my kit once I test it. I bought some a roll of black heavy-duty duct tape. This is really cool stuff. It's just plain old duct tape. It's 1.89 inches wide. I guess you can call it 2 inches wide, I guess. And it's 7 yards worth, so 21 feet. So this is great. $1.25 for 21 feet of duct tape. I can use this for a lot of things. I can wrap wrap it around lighters. I can use it and create around a piece of cardboard to create a bunch of duct tape that I can put in my backpack, because duct tape is really useful for a lot of things. Not only can it be used to repair things, it can be used to fasten things or put things together. It can also be used as a fire starter. So always having this stuff on hand. For $1.25, I couldn't pass this up. The last thing I bought was in the food section, and I'm going to do a video on this too. This is Hungry Jack hash brown potatoes. They're dry. They're freeze dried. Let's see if it has a date, an expiration date on it, and surely it does. The expiration date, you want to use it by, it says May 7th of 2025. So it doesn't last a long time, maybe a year. But this is really great. It's a neat treat, right? If you're trying to store up freeze-dried stuff, some freeze-dried stuff just isn't very good. You get the freeze-dried eggs, they're fine. Wouldn't it be great to have some freeze-dried fried potatoes with your freeze-dried eggs? And if you have any kind of freeze-dried meat, I will probably have like turkey jerky I eat with my meat, because I'm not going to eat bacon. We all know my health issues, so I won't eat bacon. But you know, I can make my meal a lot more interesting if I add eggs, and then also have hash browns on the side. Also have maybe some gravy, and then add some jerky to that. That's going to make a really kind of neat meal. These things have only 6% fat, 4.5 grams fat. It's got 15 carbs in it. It's got only 1 gram of sugar, less than 1 gram of sugar. So it's just potatoes is all it is. But I thought the Hungry Jack freeze-dried hash browns might be a neat thing to try. So we'll do a separate video on these two to show how to cook these. So that's my items that I got at Dollar Tree that I actually brought home, my $10 worth of items to add to my kit. As I try these out and like them, I will then get a larger store of each one of them. The lidocaine patches, I'll probably get several of those. Those are really good. I like the Tylenol packages. My wife said she'd like some of these. I'm probably going to give these to her and then buy some more for my kit. I like them because they're individually packaged. I'll show you what they look like when I open this up. What we're going to have is 2 foil wrapped packages of Tylenol Extra Strength PM, and so those are really great. So I'll give these to my wife. She also likes these things because she's on her feet a lot when she's a teacher, and these are really great to help her with her blisters. But I'll probably get several of these. These are good to have around, particularly if you're going to be walking anywhere. We'll see how I like the candles. We'll see how I like the hash browns. The Band-Aids, you can never have too many Band-Aids. I keep 2 of these in my wallet at all times, no matter where I'm going. 2 Band-Aids, EDC, with me everywhere. And I go through these things a lot, particularly since I'm on the blood thinners. I tend to get a little nick, and I got to put a Band-Aid on it. So I tend to go through a lot of Band-Aids. Good to have on hand, and you never have too many of those. Toothpaste, of course, I said. You got to have toothpaste, and of course the duct tape. So that's a lot of really interesting things. Hey, remember, like I said at the beginning, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you join us. Also, remember to click that notification button down at the bottom. That way, when we issue new videos, you'll get notification that a video has launched. So in the meantime, do your own shopping. Go out and see what you can find that's really cool. Post a video on it. You never know what kind of things you'll find that other people haven't found yet. In the meantime, stay strong, stay prepared, have a blessed day. We'll see you real soon right here on Cowboy Survival.